So you're wondering why Costa Rica for dental work? Well, my story is back in this January of this year, 2025, I had a major life event where I had lost my job. And not only that, I was having some major issues with my teeth. I was needing something about 8 implants. So I decided to look at alternative options from here in the States where each implant was going to cost me about $5,000. And I found Costa Rica. Costa Rica, obviously, when I first saw it, I didn't know much about it. I was like, this might be scary. Is this risky? Well, after doing some research, reading a bunch of testimonials and watching video testimonials online, looking at some of the clinics and even interviewing some of the doctors, the dentists, I found that not only is Costa Rica a budget option, but it might actually be just as good or better than what you can get in the States. So this is more about what you can find in Costa Rica in terms of dental care, as well as sharing a bit of my own experience with actually getting treatment down in Costa Rica. Welcome to Costa Rica, where more than 50,000 people fly in every year, not just for the beaches and rainforests, but for dental work. And after visiting myself, I get why. In this video, I'll show you why Costa Rica is one of the best countries in the world for dental tourism, from affordability and quality to personal care that rivals anything you'll find in the US. Costa Rica has become a global hub for dental tourism. Over 50,000 medical tourists visit each year, savings of 40 to 70% compared to US dental prices, dozens of internationally accredited clinics, especially in San Jose. It's not just a trend, it's a growing industry backed by serious investment in infrastructure and healthcare. One of the biggest reasons people trust Costa Rica for dental work? The quality. Many dentists were trained in the US or Europe. Clinics use state-of-the-art equipment, and materials are often identical to what you'll find in top US clinics. Here's where things get really interesting. In the US, a single dental implant can cost over $5,000. In Costa Rica, around $1,500 for the entire procedure. Implant, abutment, and crown included. And it's not just implants. Crowns cost $400 to $600 in Costa Rica, whereas in the US, that's $1,200 to $1,800. Veneers, that's $350 to $600 in Costa Rica versus $900 to $2,500 per tooth in the US. Full mouth restoration is going to cost you, well, it's going to save you tens of thousands of dollars. So how can prices in Costa Rica be so low without cutting corners? Well, a lower cost of living equals cheaper labor and rent. There's less red tape and insurance overhead. The Costa Rican government offers incentives that support medical tourism, and many clinics operate with lean teams and low marketing costs because word of mouth is that strong. It's not just the procedures that people love, it's the experience. Most clinics offer free shuttle service from the airport. I myself was picked up at the airport by a personal driver. He actually drove me between my hotel and the clinic every time that I had to go to the clinic. He drove me back to the airport when I had to leave. And it was all free. It was amazing. Obviously, I gave him a nice tip, but it's a great aspect of the experience. Bilingual staff. Now, everyone at Nova Dental, for example, spoke good English, which was amazing. Personalized care with one-on-one consultations. Now you can obviously get a consult before you go or while you're there in Costa Rica via Zoom or via WhatsApp, just exchange questions, email. And for the most part, you're going to experience much shorter wait times in Costa Rica than you are in the US. So for me, it felt like less of a stressful medical visit and more like being taken care of by a white glove concierge. Every detail was smooth. I felt incredibly well taken care of and safe, and every question and need of mine was met. So amazing. And let's not forget, you're in Costa Rica and you should take advantage of that. After your appointment, you can relax in volcano hot springs, visit beautiful rainforest lodges where you can see sloths and other amazing creatures, visit world-class beaches, go to a surf camp. I'm going to be doing that on my return trip to Costa Rica here in a couple months. You can do a yoga retreat, to beach recovery wellness retreats. Some clinics even offer post-op recovery packages that include hotel stays and spa treatments. You can get Botox. That's one of the things I actually did for the first time while I was there in Costa Rica. And I think I look pretty good. What do you think? Overall, I just had an amazing experience. So many things you can do. I went ziplining. I'm going to a surf camp when I go back here in a month to get the second part of my treatment done. I went hiking to waterfalls and saw toucans and all sorts of amazing creatures. Again, can't recommend it highly enough. Now, Costa Rica might be the right choice if you need major dental work and want to save 50 to 70%. Personally, I'm going to be saving about, $25,000 to $30,000 on my own work. Another point, if you're underinsured or uninsured, that's another reason to look at dental work abroad, especially in Costa Rica. Now, that being said, check with your insurance provider if you do have insurance, because they may cover your work in Costa Rica. My insurer did. They up to the limit on my plan. So a great bonus that most people don't know, that your insurer might actually provide or might cover your work abroad. Another reason that Costa Rica might be the right choice is if you're open to traveling for quality care. If you can stomach the bit of travel to go from wherever you are down to Costa Rica. Honolulu, I jumped to LA, and then from LA down to Costa Rica, it was about, I think, a 7-hour flight or something. Hawaii to LA was about 5 hours. So all in all, about 12 hours. If you're somewhere in the south, you'll get there in less than half a day. So not too bad. Now, another reason is if you want more personal streamlined experience than the US system often provides. I can't speak highly enough of the experience that I had in Costa Rica. Personal service there is amazing. So in short, if you're considering dental work, I highly recommend you consider looking at Costa Rica. From my own experience, the care is amazing, the savings are real, and the country is absolutely unforgettable. Now you're probably looking at me and going, okay, this dude is talking about getting dental work done. Why hasn't he shown his teeth? It's a great question. Well, I'm actually in the in-between phase of getting my dental implants done. So I got the initial work done, and then I have to go back here in a couple months to actually get the abut or the crowns done or put in. So I actually have some gaps in my teeth right now. You can see that. But I do have this handy thing that I can wear for social events or call it a flapper. I don't like to wear it because it's so kind of funny to talk, so I don't wrap on it. It's really not this bad. I'm just, doing it for emphasis. But yeah, no, I've always been good about hiding my teeth. So just a couple more months and I can show that big, beautiful Hollywood smile. But that being said, if you're looking for a trusted referral on getting dental work done in Costa Rica, again, I can't recommend Nova Dental highly enough. And I have an arrangement with them where if you go through me, I can get you a 5% discount on any services rendered there. So whatever you do, whether small, big, anything in between, you'll get that 5% discount. So to get that, just send me a message or even just leave a comment below and I can kind of tell you how to get that. Or you can send me an email at that's BEAU @themedicaltourist.com. But that being said, be sure to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. I'm a brand new YouTuber, so I really appreciate any likes and follows you can give me. And I guess that's it for now. I hope you'll check out some of my other videos where I share my experience at Nova Dental and where I talk more about all facets of medical tourism. So appreciate you watching. Till next time, aloha. Bye for now.